Hello, welcome to Daily English News. This podcast helps you improve English by listening to real-world news from India and around the world. Today is January 13, 2026. Let us begin with national news from India. Indian National News, India. The Indian Parliament will host a major diplomatic event in New Delhi starting tomorrow. The 28th Commonwealth Speakers and Presiding Officers Conference will see representatives from more than 40 countries. This conference highlights India's strengthened position in global parliamentary cooperation.
Parliamentary means relating to the National Law-Making Assembly, the Parliament. Presiding officers are leaders who control meetings in a legislative assembly.
India and Germany are deepening cooperation following German Chancellor Friedrich Merz's visit to Gujarat. During the visit, India and Germany signed multiple agreements and memorandums of understanding in areas including defense, trade, semiconductors, telecommunications, renewable energy, and science research. These agreements aim to boost strategic cooperation across several sectors.
A Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, is a formal but non-binding agreement between countries or organizations that outlines plans for working together.
At the International Kite Festival in Ahmedabad, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and German Chancellor Merz participated in cultural diplomacy by flying kites together, a symbol of friendship and people-to-people ties. The event included performers, music, and cultural exchanges, reinforcing the friendly relationship between India and Germany. India and the United States are preparing to resume high-level trade talks today, January 13, 2026, after a period of heightened tensions in trade negotiations. Officials say this dialogue aims to strengthen bilateral economic ties and discuss issues like market access, tariffs, and cooperation in technology and energy. Officials also hinted that India may be invited to join a U.S. initiative called Pax Silica, which focuses on building secure supply chains for key technologies such as semiconductors.
Tariffs are taxes that countries charge on imported goods. A supply chain is the network that moves products from raw materials to final delivery.
In weather news, many parts of northern India continue to experience severe cold wave conditions, with temperatures falling unusually low for this time of the year. This has led to disruptions in normal life, road closures, and increased health risks for vulnerable populations. In sports, India is hosting the 2026 India Open Badminton Tournament at the Indira Gandhi Arena in New Delhi. This event is part of the prestigious WBF World Tour Super 750 series and showcases top international badminton talent.
BWF stands for Badminton World Federation, the global governing body for the sport.
India Hockey has signed a Memorandum of Understanding with the Telangana government to host the Women's FIH Hockey World Cup qualifiers in Hyderabad this March. Teams from across the world will compete for a place in the 2026 FIH Hockey World Cup later in the year.
FIH stands for Fédération Internationale de Hockey, the international governing body of field hockey.
Today also marks the Lohri festival, a traditional harvest celebration in northern India. Families gather around bonfires, sing folk songs, and share sweet foods as part of the cultural observance that celebrates the end of winter and the coming of spring. International news. Protests and political unrest continue in Iran, where opposition movements have been ongoing due to economic hardship and demands for political reform. In response, Iranian authorities have imposed widespread internet and mobile blackouts in many regions to suppress communication and coverage of these events.
An internet blackout means that online services are deliberately shut down by authorities, making it hard or impossible to communicate online.
Internationally, tensions in global geopolitics remain high. There are concerns among analysts about global stability due to political conflicts in various regions, including conflicts involving major powers and shifting alliances. However, global leaders continue diplomatic efforts to avoid escalation into larger conflicts. The International Space Station (ISS) was visible over the skies of Qatar for about 6 minutes recently, a rare event that excited sky watchers across the region. Seeing the ISS with the naked eye without telescopes is unusual and creates enthusiasm among astronomy lovers. Business and economy. Global stock markets showed cautious optimism as investors monitor ongoing trade talks between major economies. In India, the stock indices rebounded following positive economic data, and sectors such as technology and manufacturing recorded gains in early trading sessions. International sports. In the world of football, the 2026 Kings World Cup Nations, a global seven-a-side tournament, is currently underway in Brazil, featuring teams from around the world with high-scoring matches attracting international attention. Practice and explanation section. Now, let us review and practice some of the difficult words from today's news.
We mentioned diplomacy. Diplomacy means the practice of managing relationships between countries. We also heard bilateral. Bilateral means involving two countries working together. We talked about geopolitics. Geopolitics refers to how geography and economics influence the relationships between nations. And rebounds in the stock market means prices are rising again after falling.
Summary. Review. Here is a quick summary of today's top news. India strengthens its global role through diplomatic events and agreements. India-US trade talks resume with strategic cooperation in technology and trade. Severe cold waves continue in northern India. India hosts major sports events like the India Open and hockey qualifiers. Protests and internet blackouts persist in Iran. Global markets respond optimistically to economic indicators. International sporting tournaments are in progress. Thank you for listening to Daily English News. Keep practicing your English every day. See you tomorrow with more real news and more English learning.